right, guys, today we're going to work on hooking your reader with a catchy beginning. Yesterday we planned our topic. So my topic was going to be about Halloween at my house. So I'm going to put that in my topic section. Halloween. Now, readers like it if you give them some sort of really catchy or cool beginning to hook them in so that they want to read more. So this sheet, you're going to practice 5 different kinds of beginnings. And I'm going to show you and tell you about them today. And you'll see what I write about Halloween. So, onomatopoeia, fun word to say. Onomatopoeia is a fancy schmancy way to say sound words. And sometimes this works really well, especially if there's like a bang, a crash, or a boom, some kind of sound word that will work. So for when I'm thinking about Halloween, I hear things like boo or ah. Something like that might be a good way to hook my reader for a Halloween story. Now, the second way is use a question. Now, questions can be an interesting way, but some kids write the same question over and over. Did you know about my Halloween? Or would you like to know about my Halloween? So if the question can be answered with a yes or a no, in general, it's not a great question. So it's better to ask an open-ended question, a question that's really going to make them think, and maybe it's going to make them make a connection. So it should not be a question that could be answered with a yes or a no. I'm going to think about a question for my Halloween. So I'm going to say, Halloween at my house is always a screaming riot. What's Halloween like at your house? So you see how this question, sorry, I need a question mark there, how this question opens up the dialogue. It kind of makes the reader start thinking about, what do I do at Halloween at my house? So it's not a question that ends a yes or no. It's a question that makes the reader make connections to their own lives. Or you might even start with, what's your favorite holiday? At my house, Halloween is a screamin' riot. Oops, I have to spell that right. Exclamation point. So I even kind of like, I missed like here. What's Halloween like at your house? I kind of like my second option better. What's your favorite holiday? In my house, Halloween is a screamin' riot. I kind of like that one better than my first one. That's why I want you to try out different kinds today to see if you like it best. One works better than the other because not every kind of catchy beginning is going to work for every piece. All right, interesting fact. So I read this story last year. Halloween started out called All Hallows Eve. People used to carve squash to make lanterns, to light the way for their relatives that had passed. That's how we got the idea for a jack-o'-lantern. They used to believe that on All Hallows Eve that you would be visited by ghosts. So it happened hundreds of years ago. But they used to carve out squash and put a candle inside to light the way. And that's how we started that tradition of making jack-o'-lantern. So that's kind of an interesting fact. I could sort of use that to start my piece. I might connect it with, we love to carve pumpkins now and light them up on Halloween. Cool. So that might work. That's an interesting fact, but sometimes that's hard to find if you don't really know something factual. You might have to research a little bit to get an interesting little factoid to start your piece out. All right, so the last one is dialogue. You could use a quotation or you could use dialogue. And dialogue in general is just talking. So, you know what I'm going to use? A quote from the song Thriller. Let me see. I'm gonna do a little Google search here. Thriller lyrics by Michael Jackson. All right, let's see. Is there something in there? Because that's always a song. It's close to midnight. Oh, I'm gonna use that one. So I'm gonna use this. And something evil's lurking in the dark. I'm gonna take that one. I copied it, and I'm gonna use that and paste it. Now, I can't take someone else's words unless I quote them, which means I put quotation marks around them, and I say, Thriller by Michael Jackson is one of my favorite Halloween songs. ... So I could start my piece like that, and then I might go into that story I was going to tell about how the kids in the neighborhood come by and they dance in my front yard to Thriller. So that could kind of get my story rolling about Halloween. All right, so the very last way that I could start my story is by setting the scene. And set the scene is kind of like you picture like you're a movie. Like you want to make a movie in the head of your reader. So you give a great visual description of what it's like. So I'm going to start off that one with my whole family comes over for Halloween. We have a big pot of hot soup called gumbo. It's yummy deliciousness. Deliciousness. Full of sausage and spicy shrimp. Okay, so after we eat, we all head out front to sit around the fire pit while the kids come by trick or treating. Okay, so from that visual description, I've set the scene. You kind of understand what it's like, right? Can you picture the hot soup with sausage and shrimp, and then you go outside to sit around a fire pit while the kids start trick-or-treating? Doesn't that sound like fun? So all of these are different ways that I could start my writing about Halloween, my narrative piece of writing that I'm going to write this week. So today what I want you to do is think about the story that you were planning yesterday, and I want you to try out some different ways that you could start your piece. So tomorrow when you go to put it all together, you'll already have the catchy beginning done. You'll have your visual and sensory details, and you'll just need to write your story. All right, good luck.